Sue here, and it's just a really cold day out, and I've got to go into work later, so I have this wasted a little amount of time here, so I thought I'd waste it with you. No subject really. I'm smoking my BJ. It's a BJANES, something like that. It's a Nelson, but his name is the Ambassador. He is a bulldog. Beautiful. I don't know if you can see how nice and smooth that top is, and there's this wonderful rustication right through here. And then once again, it has that nice square that fits into, even with my gloves on, will fit into that part of my hand that I want that pipe to rest in. And in it, I'm smoking. Okay, so the new year came in, so I'm having to pull out a bunch of boxes and stuff so that, because I rotate that cellar and try to keep it within 5 years, and I'm behind, so. But I did get out one of my boxes. And in there, you'll see that it's all sealed up and everything. I got some hobbit weed in there, which is unusual for me to have stored it for that long. A bunch of Burleys, of course some Virginia, some 965s, some Sherlock Holmes, Sherlock Choices. The Seattle Pipe Club had a couple that I liked that year. Looks like I got something called Warren No. 5. It's from John's in Columbia. And these are all 2010s. Early Morning Flake. Then on top of that, I have tons of 10s. But here's the first 10s I've decided to open up. Some Virginia, some nice, nice mature. What I like about this is, I can mix it with other things to get a taste that I want. If it's not quite what I want, I know exactly the taste I'm always going to get from this. However, this is actually too late, or what I would say is 2007. So I've got to get my stock smoked up for like 3 years. I'm behind 3 years. And then I'm going to just have some Syrian out, some just plain old Syrian. The nice thing about that is you know exactly what you're getting. So when you want a taste or you want to flavor a tobacco a little bit different, you know exactly what you're adding when you add this. And this one is also an older one. Oh, I think that's from '08. And then, of course, I got some of that out. Gotta have some of that out. Or some black ambrosia, but that's not really for me. That's for another friend of mine who smokes terrible tobacco. I'm not fond of that, but I don't know. You'll have to look and see the year on that. And then I got some Pembroke from '07 that I have to use. I also have, which, I will start my year with some of these real strong tobaccos so that I can add it, the ones that are straight flavors, so that I can add it into the other ones as I go, so that when I get a tobacco that I'm not fond of, if by adding something or subtracting something I can't make it taste the way I want, then I go ahead and pass it on. But this year I have got to use this up. This is the Devil's Holiday, and as you can see, my tin is pitting. It's still pretty firm, and it doesn't sound like it's loose or anything in there, but with anytime I have a tin that looks like that and it's beginning to have a little like I say, it has a little dent in it and stuff, whenever they start pitting, man, pull them out, because if you don't, you're going to lose your tobacco inside somehow or another. Either you're going to get the chemical taste of the deterioration of the tins and or you're going to get a mold, or it's going to dry out and it's going to become a powder. I do want to say congratulations to me on my first opening up of my jars. This is McClelland's M55. And I don't know if you guys know much about it. It's just a nice McClelland blend that I like, and so I saw that and I said, well, I'm going to have some of that. Got me another couple of pipes out. I'm going to be loading them up too, because I have a couple hours. And then I like to have my pipes loaded up and ready to go, so when I get home from work, they're ready for me. But here's what I was going to tell you about these jars. when I opened them up, I won't tell you what. It couldn't be more perfect. It's just a little bit moist, just enough that if you load up your pipe, by the time you get to it, an hour or so later, it'll be perfect. But I don't know. There in the old days, when I did store these up, I have had some years that just didn't do well, and some years that did great. And this is, it says M5509, but it did get put up in tin, because that's the year is on there for the year I put up, and usually on the top it'll say what it is and the year that the tobacco was from. And that's how I cellar mine. And the problem is you saw that box. Well, I have probably, and those are the smaller ones, I probably have 2 little boxes of this size of tobacco for this year to use up, and then 2 of this size. And so some of them are just plain old straight Virginias, which I like. Some of them are 965. For the most part, they're not 965. For the most part, I do tin my 965s and keep them in tins. But those tins, I have done right. I've put them in bags, put them into Tupperware, put them into another plastic bag, put them in a gray tub, put them in a moisture-proof room, put them in a cool room, put them in the basement, out of sight, so I don't touch them, because that's probably the worst part about cellaring the first 30 years. For the first 30 years I was cellaring, I kind of had a problem of I would be smoking something and I would like it well enough that I'd get into my cellar and I would pull my tins before they're 5 years. So apparently in about 2006 to on, I was better about putting more in than what I took out, because I have somehow ended up running behind. Either that or I'm smoking less, and I just can't believe that. So this year I've decided to cellar very little. I'm not going to cellar any bulk at all. Well, Steve Books maybe, and maybe some, well, okay, I'm going to try not to cellar a whole bunch of bulk, but this just came out. I'm always so pleased. So, and as always, you know that I've said it before, you want to try something, just let me know. What a good day. Happy, happy, joy, joy. Let's see, we're sitting here and the temperatures are we're doing that 20-degree jump up and down that we do a lot, 40-degree jump up and down. It's, it'll be 39 one morning, and then you get off work that afternoon and it's 19, and then by this morning it was a -4. And it'll go back up to, I think we're going to have a good week. It's going to be in the 20s for a little while. Then we'll be in the 30s. And it just goes up and down and jumps up and down here. And if you live in Kansas, you're kind of used to it. You dress in layers, Before I walk out of the house, I'll have a jumper on over this, and I got long johns on, and I'll have boots and stuff. And people who talk about how much they would love to live in a big house like mine and stuff. You don't mind living in a big house as long as you don't mind like wearing 2 and 3 layers of clothes in your house all the time, because when you have over 18-foot ceilings, the heat just really you just can't get it warm enough, at least not on my salary, to make it real comfortable to run around in your PJs and stuff. So you get up in the morning and you put on another layer of PJs. So it's always an adventure when you have an old house. It's always something. Well, I was just saying hi, happy, happy, joy, joy, good morning, good day, good afternoon. I'm watching you.